Hey, this is Gray Fox.
And I'm Vixen.
And welcome to another Battlbox review.
Mission 18.
Mission 18.
Fishing box.
The fishing box. So, I am a fisherman. I love fishing. I like basically everything to do with it. Both of our children love to fish.
Yes, they do.
Vixen, not so much.
No, actually, the only time I've ever gone fishing in my life, I think I was maybe 7 years old, and my dad and my uncle kind of reluctantly took me out with them. I was scared of the worm. I was scared of the hook. I was scared of the flopping fish before it died. I was scared of the dead fish when it died. Mm-hmm. I didn't want anything to do with any of it. And in fact, it was a very long time until I ate fish again, because 7-year-old me did not like the concept of seeing something alive and then eating it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. But now you're a lot more interested in learning to fish.
Absolutely, especially because both of our children really do love to fish. And I don't mean they just like to fish, they love to fish.
Mm-hmm.
One of their favorite things to do. So this will be pretty exciting to be able to share that with them.
Yeah, no, it'll be great. It'll absolutely be great. So let's start with the box.
Okay, so the basic box, which is $24.99 subscription fee, it starts with the Walton's Thumb Fisherman's Multi-Tool, value of $39.99, which you're already getting more than your money's worth out of that basic box.
So it basically is a lot similar. It's very similar to a fingernail clippers in how it operates. Just has a little hook that comes up, and then it pinches down. It's actually got clippers on the one side. What all does it have on it?
It has a pincer,
Yeah.
clipper,
Yep.
knot tag crimper,
Okay. That's on that side.
split shot opener,
That's if you close it down. It's got a split shot. Splitter right there.
it has a knife,
It has a knife.
it has a screwdriver,
Screwdriver.
split ring opener,
Right there.
scissors,
Oh, gotta get it from the other side. There we go. Scissors.
hook eye cleaner,
That's right here. Hook eye cleaner.
and a lanyard ring.
And I got close on it. And a lanyard ring. So those of you who have seen my EDC videos, the EDC video we made, know that I carry a toenail clippers with me. This thing is like a cajillion times better.
Yeah.
Than just having a toenails clipper, because you can use it for a million different things. Not only can you bring it with you fishing and use it for all that stuff, but there's a ton of other uses you can have this for. So like we were talking about in the EDC videos, your EDC can change constantly. You find a product that replaces what you already have because it's just so much better and so much more useful. For about the same amount of weight, I'm replacing toenail clippers with something that does just a ton of stuff.
Yep. But does it actually clip toenails too?
Yeah, I cut fingernails with it.
Ooh.
While we were screwing around. Fingernails look good too, guys. So, give myself a manicure.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Okay. So also in your basic box is Rapala,
Yep, that's this
6-inch fillet knife,
6-inch fillet knife.
value of $11.82.
So it comes with a nice little sheath that'll keep it dry. It has a decent amount of bend to it, so it's just a nice little knife. It's fairly sharp. Rapala's been around for freaking ever, so I mean their stuff is fairly quality. But yeah, I mean you're not going to cut. I mean I guess you could do a pretty big fish with this if you wanted to. I like them a little bit longer, but for having an extra knife that you can throw in your kit and bring with you fishing, this thing is awesome.
Cool.
So yeah.
I kind of like the handle. I think that would be very comfortable.
It is comfortable.
What I don't like is the sheet that it comes in. It's a little difficult to get the knife back in there. Well, it was for me. Maybe I'm just clueless.
Well, no. What you have to be careful of really is when you're putting it in the sheath, because it's slotted so that water can drain out, you got to be careful you don't stick it out one of those holes and poke yourself or cut yourself with it. And
I did not. My
no, and it
fingers
doesn't
are
have a
all
belt clip, but it definitely has room in a kit. And you know, we don't have a 6-inch fillet knife, so this fits the bill.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So next up in your basic box is sapsucker lures.
Sapsuckers!
Lures.
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 So these are just the rubber lures. You can use these for, I believe, freshwater and saltwater. I don't see why you couldn't use it for anything, really. I like to use live bait as much as possible, but for a bug out bag type thing where you could just throw these in there and you didn't have to worry about catching live bait or digging worms or catching shrimp or anything like that, you could just put these on a hook and go, or put them on a hook and throw them on a yo-yo or something. These would be good for that. So yeah, just an inexpensive rubber lure, which I've actually never used this brand, but that's kind of the cool thing about Battlebox is they always give us something different to try.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. Well, wait, the basic box isn't done yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ready Man Fisherman Survival Card.
Right here, the Ready Man Fisherman's Survival Card. So you have several spoons and hooks and a scaler over there and a saw in this kit. My only issue with this kit is the hooks are freaking tiny. I don't know what you're going to catch with such a tiny hook unless you put all the hooks together and did some sort of drag or something like that. But other than that, I don't know what you're going to do with hooks that small. I don't know what you're going to catch with them, except for maybe a cold. But other than that, the spoons are great. The scaler and the saw are great, but I think they could have just taken like 3 of those hooks off and made one big hook on each side, and you would have been better served than giving us all the ton of itty bitty ones. But they're cool. It's a cool kit, and it definitely serves a purpose, and it fits in your pocket or your wallet or whatever. And it has its uses for sure, but I would definitely want, if I was to carry this around, I'd have a couple of bigger hooks with me, because I don't know, you know, if I could, what I would do with those little hooks. I've never fished with hooks that tiny.
So thumbs up that it's small, compact, and it'll fit anywhere. Thumbs down, maybe too small.
Yeah, the hooks are too small. Everything else, the spoons are fine. I mean, these spoons, I mean, you can bend them to make them spin. You can do anything with them, really. So the spoons are fine. I mean, you can tie on a leader and do whatever you want. And the scaler and saw are a good size, but those hooks are just too damn small. And Ready Man makes a lot of good stuff. I'm not dissing Ready Man by any means. They make a lot of cool products. They have a lot of cool cards, a lot of things that I really, really like. I just think the hooks are too damn small. That's my opinion. If you guys can catch a lot of fish with these tiny little hooks, you're better fishermen than me. That's all I'm saying.
And then, still in the basic box, we have the Eagle Claw USA Classic Gold Hook Pack.
Yep, number 2s.
Number 2.
So these are number 2 hooks. These are fairly universal hooks. These are great for everything. You can live bait them, you can do all sorts of good stuff with them. So yeah, number 2 is a good size hook.
And then last in the basic box, we have White's Mechanical Auto Fisher Reel. 2 of those.
2 of them. Okay, so these are, the Whites are also known as yo-yo reels because they are like a yo-yo where they go up and down. But basically you can tie this to a tree through this hole that's right here. You tie it to a tree, and you pull that out, and then you catch it with this here. So that kind of, oops, if I can do it. There we go. So that catches, and then when a fish grabs it, it basically lets go, and it'll kind of start to reel it in. If I can do it, not like a dummy. But anyway, so it'll start to pull it in. But it doesn't really reel the fish in all it does is it creates tension on the line, but you're going to actually have to hand pull the fish in because it's, I mean, I don't know how much weight that would actually pull, but not enough to actually pull a fish up. But it's still an easy, cool thing to do. We've used these when we were kids. We'd hang a couple off the boat when we were fishing, and you'd catch stuff on them once in a while, and you'd hear them go, and you'd know that you had to, you know, start pulling it in by hand. But yeah, no, these are cool. These are cool, and definitely they're light. They don't hardly weigh anything. You get 2 of them, yeah, great for a bug out bag for sure.
Cool. One for each of us.
One for each of us, and something fun you can use.
Awesome. Okay, so that was it for the basic box. The total value was $79.09 for a $24.99 subscription. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Can't beat that. So next up is the advanced box, the $49.99 subscription cost, which just your basic box alone is already more than that, but you have more stuff coming. So we have the 6-inch Cuban yo-yo hand fishing reel at $12.48.
So this is the Cuban yo-yo fishing reel. So it has the leader already on it, has a mean hook on it, and has some pretty heavy test line on it already. But anyway, so you just grab the yo-yo like this. You grab your hook and your reel and you spin it like a cowboy, and you throw it, wing it way out there, or you can selectively throw it where you want it because it's got a pretty heavy weight on it. And you just hand reel it back in. It has a tapered end here so that the line will spin off it when it's going, and then you just hand reel it in. If you're fishing for anything big, I would imagine wearing gloves would kind of be handy when you're using one of these, because a lot of pull on your hand with a fishing string, a lot of that tension would hurt your hand. But wearing a glove with one of these would be great. I have never used one of these. I've always used reels or used wood poles and crap like that when I was a kid, but I mean now I only use reels. But I'm definitely going to try this. I think I'm going to have fun with it. There's a lot of places we can go and mess with this, you know, like down at St. Armand's and stuff like that. We could go.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So pretty cool. And I was surprised at how inexpensive it is actually.
Right, $12.48. That's all they say.
Yeah, $12.48. I mean, I could see picking up a couple of these things.
Yeah.
Just for fun, you know, just to. And it's cool that you don't need a rod or need to haul anything with it. I mean, how
Right.
compact is this? It'll fit
Right.
anywhere. And you know, you can fish with it. You know, I believe I could catch some pretty good stuff with this, and I could put some live bait on it, you know, on the big ass hook, and catch some pretty good stuff with it. So, looks like fun.
Yeah. I like how really comfortable this is. I mean,
That way.
this is actually pretty comfortable. I mean, any ladies with ridiculously long nails, sorry, no go for you. But
No Flojo.
no Flojo.
Flojo, no go.
No.
No.
No, but for those of us with reasonable to short nails, this is pretty comfortable.
Pretty comfortable?
Yeah.
Yep. I noticed, the only thing I noticed in here is in the casting or wherever they cast it, there's a couple of notches on here. I would definitely file those down because otherwise you're going to catch your hand on it. But other than that, you know, nice. Very cool. I think I'm going to enjoy using it.
Cool.
I think you'll enjoy using it too.
I think so too.
Awesome.
All right, so next up in the advanced box, we have the 3.9-inch Mora knife
More knife.
Fishing Comfort Scaler
Fishing Comfort Scaler.
at $19.29.
Now, Mora knives have super comfortable grips. This one just happens to be their fishing knife, has a scaler. They are ridiculously freaking sharp, man. Mora knives are just known for keeping sharp blades and sharpening very, very easily. They're a Swedish stainless steel. But yeah, this bad boy is like a razor blade sharp. I'd be careful with it. The scaler thing is pretty cool. You could process fish with it, but I wouldn't try to fillet a fish with it by any means. It's not going to bend or anything to get around bones, but as an emergency, I guess you could. But I mean, you could process a lot of things with it. I could process a deer with this easy because it's so damn sharp. Easier than I could have fish because you really can't use it like a fillet knife. But it is sharp as hell, and as far as a utility knife goes, and a scaler, if you use a scaler, this is pretty cool. And it's stainless, it'll last forever, and they have nice sheaths, and it hooks on your belt. So pretty cool.
Pretty nice handle too.
Yeah, it's freaking comfortable. I mean, just a real comfortable grip.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah, it's nice. I like Morris though. Mora makes a lot of good stuff. Very inexpensive. They make a nice bushcraft knife. They make a nice one that has a ferro rod built into it. They make, now I think their first full tang one came out and it's like $100 or something. But even then, most Mora knives are less than $30. Some of them are 17. Some of them are like 15. You can find them for on Amazon. But for
Amazon.
I love Amazon, but for a good quality Swedish steel knife that'll pretty much do any bushcraft task, Mora knives are fantastic. Just really, really reasonably priced. So I do like it. I like it a lot.
So we'll go out and try it out at some point.
Yeah.
See how that works out for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the advanced box. So the basic plus the advanced, the value at this point is $110.86 for a subscription that cost you $49.99.
What?
I know, pretty awesome.
Sorry.
So now we're on to the Pro Box, the $99.99 subscription cost. So we only have one thing in that category, and that is the Buck Knives Kinetic Fishing Spear at $80.
Okay.
I was pretty excited about this one, and I'll let Great Fox take it from here.
So this is what it looks like coming out of the box. But it's kind of hard to explain, guys, because I'm so disappointed. But this was what I was most excited for out of the whole box. The thing I was most excited for was getting this fishing spear, because there's so many places I can dick around with it here, so many places I can just have fun with it. And I've used spears before. I have, a history of using spears and doing spear fishing, out in Hawaii and up in northern Wisconsin, with the boys. We did spear fishing up there. Yeah, I mean, I was so excited to do it again. But what happened was, I have a video that I'll post, I'll add it to the end of this review, where I'm showing you how to lash this spear on, because I have a good way of doing it that's really actually pretty simple that holds the spear on. But I went out and actually tried it in a pond just up the street, screwing around, and my second throw, while I was kind of warming up before I started taping, and it broke.
Wah, wah, wah.
And it didn't break at like the tip, it didn't break anywhere else. It broke actually right at the base of the tine. So I called Buck and asked them what's the deal with that, and they said it must have been a bad casting, that they'll of course replace it, and they should be able to replace it within 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 weeks. 8 to 10 weeks.
Wah.
So yeah, so lashing it, no problem. Breaking it, apparently fairly easy if it's got a bad cast. So this is such a cool thing too. Such a cool concept. Really cool. Goes on the spear cool. It's fantastic. But it broke. So thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah, I was
in
pretty
that scenario.
excited about this too, because I had visions of myself just spearing stuff out there.
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of silly, but yeah, I really was excited to go try this particular thing. And I know that at $80, we probably wouldn't have gone out and bought it.
Yeah. No, we would have wanted it. I would have wanted it, but I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah, we might have wanted it, but we wouldn't have, spent the money necessarily. So we were so looking forward to that. And then, you know, the disappointment.
Sucks. So yeah, so stay tuned after the review part, and I will show you the lashing part, how to lash it nicely, at least the way I do it, and a little bit about what happened. So.
And sometime in a future video, we will update you on what happened with. Did we ever get it back?
Yeah.
Or?
I also emailed Battlebox to see if there was anything they could do to help expedite it. And I just sent them an email 5 minutes ago. I just got this box today. So I've had this spear for 1 day. It's broken. Ah. So anyways, so I just
didn't
emailed
get to
them.
see it in action.
Yeah, so yeah, just very, very disappointing. Yeah, okay, so moving on.
Moving on. So now the Pro Plus subscription at $149.99. Normally that's the Knife of the Month Club, but seeing as we already got 2 knives,
Basically,
they needed to put something cooler in
basically
there.
we got 1, 2,
A multi-tool.
3. There's 3 in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the spear.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's a
spear-
sharp thing.
It does have a knife at the bottom, which if you're not careful will cut the piss out of you. So yeah, okay.
Okay. So in the Pro Plus box this month, we have the SOG Power Play with nylon sheath and hex bit set.
So the other thing I was really looking forward to was the SOG. So I've seen it a few times, and I was really looking forward to getting it. So it comes with a nice case. I know they make a like a plastic case
Yeah.
that you can put it in to lock it up, but it doesn't hold the bits. So
Like a Kydex?
it's similar to a Kydex. It's like a plastic,
Okay.
but it doesn't hold the bits. So I would stick with this because you can put this on your Mali, you can put it on a belt, you can put it wherever you want, and you can have the bits with you wherever you go. So that's pretty cool.
And that's part of the coolness of it.
That is part of the coolness of it.
So let's get into the coolness of it.
Yep. So it's got your pliers and cutters. They use that, what do they call that special, whatever cutter that I forget what they call it. But the way they manufacture the pliers part, it's just a lot tougher and it holds tighter. I forget what exactly their patent pending thing is called, but I don't know if it says on there, but I'm not too worried about it. But anyways, it's just the way that they gear their mechanism on their wrenches make it so that it bites down really, really hard. It's some sort of compound leverage gears. There you go. 2 times the grip. 2 times the grip. 2. So yeah, so this thing has knife and a can opener and a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver, bottle opener, why can't I think of it? A serrated edge knife.
And then there's a straight edge
And
blade
then-
in there also?
Yeah, the straight edge is the first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And these do have locking mechanisms, which make it pretty cool. I like that they lock closed or lock open. And then you have to go to the inside if you want to get to the rest of the stuff, which is a nice file. That's a pretty nice file. Yeah, a nice
Yep.
file.
They call it a 3-sided file.
Yeah, because it's got a file on the side. Another flathead,
Large screwdriver.
like a eyeglasses screwdriver.
Jewelry screwdriver.
Okay. Like
It's
a
an
punch awl. Yep, and then a saw.
Yep, they're calling it a wood saw.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where it would cut wood. I mean, it's a decent wood saw. You know, Leatherman makes a really good wood saw. I'm interested in trying that one to see how it works. It's not going to replace my Silky Big Boy by any time soon, but it's still pretty nice. But yeah, so really cool tool.
Yep.
And the best part about it was we were about to buy Vixen, Leatherman, but now I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to give her my Skeletool because I can actually use those bits. But this bit kit that also comes right here, sits in there, the bits come out of the plastic and they go right in the gripper part of the front. There's actually a magnet in there that'll hold it, and then when you close it, it tightens up around it. And you can, Well, that doesn't seem like it's set right. Oh, there we go. Okay. And you can just use it like that with all your leverage. So, pretty cool. I like it. I like that there's a magnet in there that holds it too.
That's nice.
So it doesn't just fall out. But yeah, from what I hear, you got to put a lot of pressure on these, but I don't think so. I don't think that's spinning anywhere. No, I don't think it's spinning anywhere. But anyways, really cool option. Lots of cool tools. Definitely a quality piece of kit that I think, you know, we'll have for a lifetime without having to replace it, you know. So yeah, really nice.
Very cool.
Very happy with it. So all in all, my impressions of the Mission 18 fishing box are positive. I think it's a really great box. Would I have been a million times more excited had my spear not broken? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was I a little bummed doing this video because the spear broke?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm not as excited as I guess normal, or not as excited as you think I should be, that's because that bummed me out, guys. But other than that, I'm happy with the whole kit. I think it's a really good value for what you're getting.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You're getting $279.86 value
for $150.
$149.99.
Yeah. You know, and we'll see what happens with Buck, and we'll see what happens. See what if Battlebox is going to do anything for me, and if they tell me just send it to Buck, I'll just send it to Buck, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. I don't give a buck.
I don't give a buck either. Okay, maybe $1.
You know what's the difference between a donut and a deer nut?
What?
One's under a buck.
Oh.
Oh,
Joke.
Two bad jokes. Actually, I think it's what's the same. I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. That's not the point, really. So, stick around. I'll show you that video. And until then, peace.
See ya.
Hey fellas, this is Gray Fox. Just going to do a little demonstration on lashing this spear on. Some of you might wonder how I got it jammed on so deep. And what I did, in case you're not sure of this, you can put the sheath on and you can take the second piece and go directly over the top of the first one, and that locks those two together, so you have a sheath on all quad spears, which makes it safer for going around with it when you're not ready to use it. But the other thing is you can turn it upside down and smash the end of the spear on the ground to knock this end in to the inside. Now when I'm knocking these things in, I knock them in really far, like almost to the top. The only part you're worried about stabbing the fish with is the prongs and the tips anyways. You know, the tips and this inside prong, which you're really not going to hit anyways. But this stuff down here doesn't really matter. So anyways, so what I've done is you'll see I've cut some notches out, and I actually lift them up. And I cut 4 around, okay, and I've lifted them all. I'm going to end up catching some 550 cord in those notches. So trying to make this the best so you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here. I'm going to lift this notch up. I'm going to catch the cord like that, okay? And I'm going to come around and through the next one, like so. Okay? I'm going to catch the next one. And then same thing, back. I'll catch my next one. Okay. And then the last one. I'm going to catch this one. Get that out of the way. I'm going to tie that off in a sec. I'm going to catch that last one. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. gonna tie these two together. That was way too long, but that's all right. You don't have to get it super tight because the next step is where you're gonna kind of launch everything down. Oops, I went the wrong way. There we go. And I'm not worried about my ends or anything. Okay, so that kind of lashes this part down so that when you're pulling on the spear, it's not going to yank the whole thing out of the top. So now, what you do is you make yourself a big loop, and you can grab the loop on this horn for right now in the middle. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. And then starting way down here, below, about 1 inch below where you went, you're just going to start wrapping. Sometimes it's easier to just spin the spear than it is to do the whole thing. So you can do that all the way up. I don't know if I'm going to make you watch me do all of this. Oh well, I'll cut it and splice it in. But this not only locks in your wood, your little hinges that you cut, but it also tightens this up. So those aren't going anywhere. And I'm kind of skipping ahead, you get the point. I'm just gonna make some bigger loops here just so I can get to the top to show you what to do next. So normally I would wrap this tight all the way up, but for lack of time, I don't want to do that. But this should still work just fine. So once you get to the top, I'm going to go around one more time here. Go ahead and go through these 4 prongs. Okay. Now you're going to take this loop that you made, that you put on this tip, and you're going to pull that off of that center. Which, alright, so I made that loop way too tight. Make sure you leave this loop loose so you don't have to pry the hell out of it to get it off. But anyways, so you take that loop, and you stick this string through it that you've just wrapped all the way around, okay? You've got this extra bit of the loop down on the bottom, down here, okay? And you pull it. And what's going to happen is that's going to pull that first string down through, all the way down to the bottom. That's going to tighten everything up. So now, this thing is going nowheres. That's where it's going, nowheres. So now you just take this end here that you have, that's left, and you can just cut off whatever's remaining. Now this tattered stuff, if you looped it all the way around, all the way up, that's going to be covered, but being as I didn't do it, I'll probably just cut it off and melt it down for now or whatever. But regardless, This other end, you can do whatever you want with. I leave it. That way it's easy enough for me to unwrap it and reuse the paracord. But anyways, let's see what this bad boy can do. Huh? What do you say? Alright guys, so I am in a state of sheer disappointment. Before I even had a chance to start filming, I was pitching the buck spear out and must have nabbed a rock or something. That's not supposed to be like that, guys. It's broke right at a casting point. So it must have been a bad cast. Hopefully you guys don't run into these problems, but snapped right off. So I called Buck just to see what they could do for me. And they said, of course, we have a lifetime unconditional guarantee. We'll fix it, replace it, whatever. It should take right around 6, 8, 10 weeks. So that sucks. It's like the middle finger. Oh! So yeah. So, sorry I wasn't taping when it happened. That would have been cool, right? But, yeah. So, all in all, pretty cool. I dig it. I think it's a cool freaking thing. And looking forward to getting it replaced. But, other than that, that sucks. Sucks, I say. So yeah. Well, at least you'll know how to tie them on right and tight. Huh. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So yeah guys, check this out. Right there. Look at that. Right at the cast. Just broke clean off. Unfreaking believable, right? You can see right where it cast. It just snapped right there. Look at that. Crap. That sucks. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't take 6 years for them to get it back to me. Peace.